I wanted to maybe go a little fast, maybe not fast, but we're going to have a little bit of a shorter time frame today just because it's a holiday season and I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. So today we're going to be focusing on luxury presents. It's one we haven't really dove into in depth with Tech Training Tuesday. So unless someone jumps on and has any other like to-dos, like, hey, I want to learn this today, I would much rather dive into luxury presents. Man, probably need to open a drink or something. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, so thank you all for coming, whether you're joining in present or in the future. I know that sometimes we don't maybe see everything right up front, but I do want to just take the time and just say thank you for taking the time to invest into your business. It means a lot, not just for me, but to see that other agents are investing in their business in the industry. So we're going to go ahead and share my luxury presence screen. So looks like you all can see that now. So this is what it looks like when you log in to Luxury Presence. If you don't yet have a Luxury Presence login, get with Agent Services at realtyhqusa.com, and they will get you a password and or resend it. It's already in your onboarding, so if you're just coming on and you're seeing these a little early, maybe you're jumping straight in head first, and just know that that's either a part of your welcome email and or it's on its way, or if none of those have been accomplished yet, or they were accomplished and you can't find it, just reach out to Agent Services like I had mentioned. So this is what it looks like when you log in, dashboard, okay? And there's several different things we went over last week that this kind of has to it. So I'm going to go over briefly again this week, just briefly, and then I'll dive into like a property website. So I think there are reasons why you would use luxury presence for certain things. And I think everything that we do here at Realty HQ, we want highest and best leverage, meaning you're not just doing it because it's there. We want like the best, That's why you're at Realty HQ, right? So that's part of why we went with luxury presence. It's one of the best websites and concierge service for realtors at a brokerage. So the reason why that is because they have these one-click property websites. Now, they do also have listing presentations and digital CMAs. I don't know that this is the best. It does create this own type of like consistency and branding behind it potentially. However, if you spend a little bit of time in Cloud CMA through the MLS, your CMAs can end up looking really, really dialed in. So, man, I have itchy nose. I apologize. So we're going to dive into one-click property websites. These I wouldn't spend too much time on unless you just want consistent branding. And if you do want that, please reach out to me. We can do either a one-on-one and or we can dive into like just doing it for everybody. I just don't know that these are maybe highest and best use. It seems to me like a lot of people are getting away from listing presentations, and a lot of times our clients just want to like go over it in person. Now that's not always the case, right? So just know that having it done is way better than having it and not needing it is better than needing it and not having it. And that's to be said with everything, right? That's why my parents are hoarders and they try to keep everything. So I get it. It's good to have it if you need it. So right now we all kind of don't necessarily need a one-click property website, but we're going to create one anyway. So this is what it looks like. Step 2 would be click the property website. And now this is our properties as a whole. And actually, these are my properties because this is mine. Sometimes I'm in the back office side of things and I can see everybody's. So Agent Services has the ability to help you create one and or walk you through it if you need that. Right now, we're just on Daniel's, so my agent side of things. And I wanted to create one for this, even though it just went under contract. I think this is going to be kind of easy to go through. So you'll see that there's 2 different designs. There's the Pinnacle and the Edge. And if you just hover over them, they will kind of scroll for you to kind of give you a feature of what it already has populated. And then I think this one just has a better appeal to it. I do think though, however, they both have their own appeal, right? I think this one right now feels a little bit more luxury for me, so I'm going to click the Pinnacle. And because it's already populated on the MLS, everything's going to pull up. And we're basically done. We can just hit publish. So when I say basically, it's only because you can edit several things on here, okay? So some people, you may not like um, the font, right? Maybe you don't like this line through the 7, so you just go up here to edit, and then you can click on whatever it is. They're pretty self-explanatory, I would say. However, this one's like the hardest thing to do. So that's why I wanted to come in here and show you, because this is the number one comment I get. Well, how do I change my header, right? And it's just like that. Because there was nothing in there before, I can hit cancel. Are you sure you want to leave the current page? Confirm. And it will just start all over. So this 7559 North Silver Park Drive, go edit. You click on this. It's the custom title. So it doesn't have it in there already. And this is the confusing part. But whatever you put here, as you saw, and then I changed it, it puts it in, right? So if I get rid of it, delete it, it'll bring it back. Now, if you want to change the font or something, text color, layout, I do believe that is in a theme. So you just have to go through settings and change it. It can be done. If you don't like the theme, I wonder if we jump into the other one real quick. So that one has a dash through it. We're going to confirm. We just want to leave this all together. So we're going to go back. Standby. Because I did it before with one of our agents. And they're like, that's so easy. Let's see, go back. We're just going to leave the whole thing. Okay. And we're going to go back to, I'm going to delete it so you know that you can delete it. Or we're just going to edit it. Cool. Content. That's not it either. I apologize. The good news is you don't technically even have to publish these, right? Some of these are already put in, like this one. If we hit view, you'll see that it's a different layout. And any one of these, you can change. You can drag it up or drag it down. So maybe if we go back into this and we hit edit, you can see this one a little bit better. Edit. You have to hit edit though, otherwise you're gonna be clicking on things and it drive you crazy. So I clicked. I don't know if it shows that I'm clicking, but that's a click. This would be a click. And then you can go through everything, right? You can pick a new section. This is an adding a section was the plus button I clicked on, and you can add certain different modules in here. So it's super easy just to create, but man, if you want to really define these and get these more dialed in, you definitely can, right? You'll see that these are playable buttons for your people or for potential clients, right? We put the mortgage calculator in here, pre-populated, because a lot of people end up using this. You can take it away if you want. You can take away showings, whatever you want. These are leads, right? Like if you're sharing this on Facebook, these leads will come directly to you. So if you want to test out how good your marketing is, make sure that you're putting in like advertising your own single property websites and sending it to your clients so they can market and all of their agents come directly to you. Okay. So as I scroll up, maybe somebody didn't like the fact that there's this lane down here and this is too big. You would just click that, and I think there's a way to resize that on here. Let's see. I think this was probably it. Property description. Nope. opening. So don't reorder them. Oh man, it's been a second. Page settings. That's not it either. But you could rename that up here when you're in it. If you go back to confirm, there's normally a little headline. Just redo this all so you can see what your clients see up here. You can jump to certain things. And for whatever reason, and I am drawing a blank on what this is called. You'll see that I created one with an assumable. So depending on what your picture is on the MOS, this will update. So at first it wasn't this, but I updated the MOS and it pulled in the new picture. So it's kind of nice that it syncs with that. Same thing for when it goes through and goes under contract, it will update on here. So you don't have to come back and update and go back and forth. So yeah, so once you publish this, let's just go ahead and publish it real quick. That way you can see what that looks like or preview it. One of the two. I'll get this. I'll get it done. So up here, you could rename these if you wanted to. I think this looks super clean, and sending this to my clients, I think for them to be like, oh my gosh, Daniel just created a whole website for us, a specific website. Like there's nothing else, right? This is it. So this up here looks super maybe unprofessional, but if we go back into Luxury Presence and hit edit and then publish, this is, in my opinion, the best part. You get this domain. So it looks super polished. Or you can set up a different one, right? This one's free though, so I always go with the free version, the free subdomain. And then I send it to my clients and say, hey, I just created this single property website. Or I just say I created a custom website for your home to help attract people, clients, buyers, whatever. And please share with your friends and family. Let's get this thing sold, right? So it creates a more of a professional or professional looking website for you guys. So super credible too. Like this just adds to your credibility as not only a real estate guy or a real estate gal, it adds to your credibility of like your marketing, right? Like who else is creating websites for their clients' homes, right? So this virtual tour, I would probably take this out. So click on this, I'll edit, come down to this. Just so it's not showing on the website itself, I would want to take this out so that it doesn't look like I half did something. And then when I show my clients, they're not like, well, why is that there? Like, why is that? That doesn't look good, dude. You said you created this, but now it looks like you just put it into a system, which we did, and it's doing it itself. So I'm going to delete this. I like the payment calculator. Neighborhood slider. Going to delete that. So just make sure you're previewing it before. I like this. This is their kitchen. This turned out really well for please contact. That's me. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit save and then preview it again right before I send it to them. So we're going to go ahead and publish this. I think it is published. Let's see. We're going to go back. We should have saved it. So it's live. You'll see that it's live up here now. And if you forget where to go, if this is your dashboard and you click this, it's in the toolbar that says websites. So these are all the websites I've created. We're going to go ahead and we could duplicate it and then tweak a few things if we wanted to, and or just change the property. But right now we're we were going to preview. My bad. My apologies. So go through and this button right here will let you see it. That's the preview, but we need the website itself, right? So this is when you hit the eyeball instead of preview, this will be it now. That will be the website. This is what it's looking like for everybody. So essentially what I'm doing when I'm previewing it before I send it to a client is looking for anything that they're gonna call out on me. Like, do these buttons work? Okay. Oh, I can schedule something, right? Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. And if these don't work, take them out. Did you see where this one went? This email button? It went to booking our conference room. So that could be like for me, however, it's not. So we would want to make sure that that is taken out. And I don't have a Twitter and maybe not the Facebook. That being said, it's also going to be whoever is logged in. Okay. So if, let's say, if John Doe sees this website and they hit share Facebook, it's going to share to his Facebook. Okay. So that's going to be pretty easy, or share to his Twitter. So it's not necessarily what we want or our links, but it's going to be their links as well. So if nothing else, you can send this to a friend and say, hey, will you click the links or go through there? So you'll see that it is pending. So we updated it yesterday, and this will update within 15 minutes. So the fact that it's pending, we're good to go. Built in 2017. Everything looks like it's populated. There's nothing that has like a blank like we were seeing before, which is a bonus. I love that this is in here. I can't even tell you. I just love it. Looks like Explore. Maybe. I'm gonna go look at this real quick just to make sure that that's how it's supposed to populate. And then the rest looks pretty good. You can put your own reviews in here too if you want. I think it's potential for just getting more traction. So we're gonna go ahead and edit real quick and then scroll down to Explore. Just so that you guys can see that, for one, I'm not perfect, right? And for two, you want to double check, especially when it's not loading. So we're going to refresh, and we are going to go to edit. Well, I just wanted to see it actually load. So edit. I'm hoping you guys can see my pointer. We're going to scroll down. Features and amenities. This is the property mortgage. My computer is just being slow. I apologize. So this does look like how it's supposed to look. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. I think it looks well enough. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all, in my opinion. So if you wanted to, this right here, this extra space is called padding. And you could change it if you wanted to. You do less padding. So that kind of shrinks it up. Now there's less space between these if you wanted to, but there's also less space on the map. So kind of just depends on where and or what you wanted. So you can go right back to padding and hit default, and it will make it a little bit bigger. So completely up to you guys. You can see how much different that was right away. We're going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to wrap it up just due to the fact that I told you I wasn't going to take too much of your time. Normally we schedule about an hour for these tech training Tuesdays, and I know it's the holidays. I just figured that this was a quick and easy presentation we could do for you guys, kind of run through everything. If you have time and you want to spend a little bit more to get a little bit more out of what you get from luxury presence, you can. This is a presentation I've made, and you can go back in and edit, but that was in the listing presentation. And the digital CMA, you can just go ahead and create and dive through that if you want and tweak that. So if you want all your branding the same, you can definitely do that. I think I don't know that they're really gonna, clients are really gonna nitpick on that. However, it does just make you look more polished in essence if you do end up using this, and that, especially if you print this out on maybe a little bit thicker paper, right? You could do that and create maybe a little bit more polished branding that way too. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you next time.